You got to get that on if you want to go.
Okay.
You want to go? You got to get it on if you want to go for a walk, pal.
Watch this.
Anybody that's got to do this with their dog, trick them. This is what we got to do to ours. Because he hates that, but he likes to yank your arm out of socket on a walk. Crazy dog. Ho, you were tricked. Sucks to be doggy. Hey guys, Tony here from Rolling with the Bullets. If this is your first time joining us here on the channel, welcome to the vlog. If you liked the video, consider giving us a thumbs up and even subscribing to the channel. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for stopping back by and hanging out with us. So today I want to talk about our four-legged friends, all of our fur babies out there. A lot of people who travel with pets. And a lot of people who are thinking about living a full-time RV lifestyle, and you're considering bringing a pet along with you. Well, there's a few things that you should really keep in mind before embarking on a full-time travel life with a pet. Now, one of these things that we're going to talk about is breed restrictions. Breed restrictions are policies put in place by different campgrounds across the country who don't always want to accept every breed of pet into their facilities. And that can be kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. Like now with our dog, we have a German Shepherd Lab mix. Sometimes he's not welcome. And when he's not welcome, we didn't really want to go there anyway. But that's something you want to keep in mind. These places set their own rules, restrictions on the breeds. And a lot of the corporate-owned places, they're really enforce those kind of breed restrictions. So that's one big key thing to take. In fact, before you start reserving campgrounds, is to make sure you always ask, do they have any breed restrictions? Are they pet friendly? And all these things here. These are some of the questions you need to ask. And also ask them if they got a dog run, because a lot of places, they want dogs to only go to a specific dog run to do their business. So that means either you got to walk them all the way up there, which is kind of almost impossible, because you know, with any kind of four-legged friend, if they got to relieve themselves, they're going to relieve themselves along the way. But that's one of the things you want to keep in mind when electing to travel full-time with a pet. The other is health care for your pet when you're on the road. Now, there is an abundance of animal hospitals, veterinarians across the country. You can choose to use one of those just about anywhere you're at on a case-by-case basis. Or you can also use like PetSmart. PetSmart, they're all over the place. You can get your dog groomed, you can get your dog shots there, and other little small things health-related for them. So that is one other option you have as far as traveling with a pet, as far as veterinarian hospitals, or if you plan your trip accordingly to be back in with your pet's own veterinarian when you're back in your home state or your home location, or wherever you decide to call home, or wherever you decide to have that veterinarian on staff for yourself. So those are a couple things there that you definitely want to keep in mind out here on the road. That you can bring your pets. That's a lovely thing. Pets love it. Our dog loves travel. But the other key thing is about trying to help make it is not so rough on your dog, because water is one thing that a lot of people don't think about. You're moving from state to state, park to park. The water sources are going to be different. And if anybody who's actually ever tested their water supply when they're coming in at an RV park, freshwater fill up someplace, the water contaminants vary dramatically. They vary. They could be 100 parts per million here, or it could be 1,000 parts per million there. Either which way, those kind of make it a little upsetting for your pet's tummy, and it gives them the not so solid stool. It makes them just, you know, kind of grumpy and not feeling very well. Our suggestion for that, this is what we've been doing since day one with him, is we always buy water from a store, whether it be like Walmart, someplace that has usually we use the Nestle's Pure Life water. That's what we buy for Diesel, and we always give him that, introduce that to him everywhere we're at. That way his water is a consistent basis, plus it's filtered. He doesn't have the tummy trouble, so it doesn't give him pooperia. And that's one thing you don't want your animal to have in your RV is pooperia, because it can make a very nasty mess. And, you know, let's be adult about this, because, you know, they can't speak to us. They can try to tell us, hey, look, I gotta go potty, but, you know, it could be sleeping there, whatever. And with tummy upset, they might not be able to hold it, just like us. If things happen to us at the wrong time, we can't hold it either. So that will also help your pet, you know, keep him on a more regular diet as far as what kind of water they're bringing in. And, you know, and if your pet uses a specific type of dog food, you definitely need to look into where you can buy this. Is it going to be at a place that's going to be readily available, like a Walmart or a big, like Costco, Sam's Club, something of that nature right there, because those are going to be your friends to keep your pet on his same diet. So try to keep that in mind when you're thinking about going full-time RV. Now, see, traveling with a pet, it can be a little rough on your little four-legged friend. If your pet has separation anxiety, you have to try to reassure them that it's okay, that they're going with you. That way they don't have a little fit and get so scared. Because a lot of pets feel that you're going to leave them if they're not constantly with you. And a lot of that is we don't leave our pets alone that often. And, we're guilty of that as well. Diesel, he has a little bit of anxiety when we're getting ready to go, or we're getting ready to hook up the RV. He is pacing, he is running all over the place, and he is not happy until we actually put him in the truck. Once he's in the truck, he knows he's going with us, he calms down and relaxes. Now, that's the other thing that I want to talk about. Transporting your pet when you're living full-time. Now, if you're in a travel trailer or fifth wheel or something of that nature, do not, under any circumstance, leave your pet inside the RV as you're traveling. That can be very unsafe for your pet. Not only that, it could scare them possibly to death. As you got to think about this, when you're going down the road, that is experiencing like earthquake. I mean, like multiple magnitude earthquake situations inside that RV, and that's just not a friendly place for your pet. Not a very nice environment to leave your pet in. You wouldn't want to ride back there bouncing all over yourself. Don't subject your pet to that. Now, as far as traveling in the vehicle or your motor home, a motor home, they're fine. They can see you, they're with you. It's a little different riding around there. There's not much you can do about that, but just don't put them in your towed vehicle, like your car you're pulling behind your motorhome. Don't do that to them. Keep them in, with you. Now, as far as traveling with pets, now some pets are more secure in a kennel or a cage or something to that nature. If your pet is more secure with themselves being inside of one of their kennels or something like that, I advise to actually put your pet in that kennel. Now, our dog, he doesn't like to ride in a kennel. He doesn't like to ride in a carrier or any kind of little doggy thing. He wants to be full room in the back seat. He wants to have the windows down. He wants to feel the wind on his snout. That's just the way he likes to travel, as you guys can see him here hanging out behind me. He's a very happy dog, but most animals love traveling, especially dogs. Dogs love traveling. They love to find new places to explore. They love to find new places to pee on. And that's just, that's his key thing right there is he's ready to go. As soon as we get to a new place, he's ready to jump out and run, find the first tree, first spot. Some other dog had done his business, and he wants to go ahead and cover up that sin and say, this is mine. He wants to claim it for himself. And that's just embedded into their DNA. That's just one thing that animals do. So keep that in mind when you're traveling with your pet. Make sure that they feel comfortable. Reassure your pet that you're not leaving him. That way it doesn't cause that big of separation anxiety as you guys are preparing to travel. Now, also, one other thing I want to talk about is dog park etiquette. Now, you would think a lot of people would know this who have pets. Now, if you have a dog or a bigger breed dog, you come upon the dog park and there's a bunch of small dogs in there. Or your dog is just kind of standoffish to other animals. Do not just take your dog off leash and stick them in the dog park. That is never a good thing, because your animal could actually go in there and hurt somebody else's pet. And you would think about how you would feel if somebody brought their dog in and their dog hurt your loved one. You're not going to be happy about it. Nobody's going to be happy. So keep that in mind. Don't just let your dog go in there, especially if your dog's kind of a bully. Don't let them in there have free roam of the place. And, be considerate of other people bringing their pets to do their business too. If you might have been in there before they were, and you've been in there for, 10 or 15 minutes, they show up and patiently waiting. Don't abuse it. Gather up your pet and leave the facility to let somebody else's pet enjoy that. Now, you would think that would be common sense 101, but, a lot of people don't practice common sense and just being a good person. So, unfortunately, that's one thing you have to take into consideration when you're traveling with a pet and you're utilizing a dog run in a public park or private RV resort or anything to that nature. Also, if you're going to take a ball for your animal to play with in the dog park, do not introduce a ball in front of a bunch of other dogs. because it's not going to end well. Dogs get very territorial over their toys. Some of them do. Diesel, he's not like that. We're very fortunate that he doesn't, try to steal the ball. He tries to share. But, not all animals are that friendly about things. They get a little temperamental when it's theirs. It belongs to them. There's nobody else allowed to touch it. And they end up biting somebody else's pet. And it's never a good thing. So, if you're going to carry a ball with you to let your dog play with at the dog park, keep that in mind. Don't just be kind of rude and throw your ball in there with a bunch of other dogs and be upset yourself because somebody else's dog bullied your dog and took the ball. We see that a lot out here. Unfortunately, like I said, you would think that would be common sense, but common sense is not so common anymore. But most animals love to travel, like I said. And it's very doable to have an animal with you out here on the road. You just got to take these steps to kind of ensure that your pet's going to be healthy and not get hurt. Also, when you're on travel days, sorry, touch base kind of round it back here, is if your dog has a favorite toy, put that in the seat with them inside your tow vehicle or even in your motorhome. Make sure they have access to their favorite toy. That also helps self-soothe your animals to where they don't get so upset. Well, guys, I hope these few little tips here about traveling with a pet have helped you. And if you have any questions about what it's like to really travel with an animal, or any questions that I didn't touch base for on here, please feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll get back with you and leave you as detailed response as possible. But like I said, we'll see you down the road, guys. We're gonna go play ball. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.